Bogota. It's my first real day, long day here. Today we plan to go on a tour in Candelaria, which I absolutely know nothing about.
For Bogota people. Actually, it's the second, Bogota is the second capital of graffiti in Latin America. The first one is Sao Paulo, the second one is Bogota. Why? Because besides being amazing pieces of art, they also tell a story behind it.
Yesterday was an absolutely amazing day. We did a little walking tour through Candelaria, and we had a really amazing tour guide, Andrea. She's an architect, and she walked us through all the different street art and different districts. We actually went and tried some ChiCha, which is basically like fermented corn. I guess it's a tradition here in Colombia. It was a really cool experience. We actually all got one bowl. We just kind of passed it around the group and tried it, and really cool experience. Walked through the streets a little more, learned about the history of Colombia. We even visited like a square area near the president's house. We tried some different street foods. It was like this waffle-like thing with cheese. I can't think of the name right now, but I'm going to post it on this video. And we also tried like some little cheese balls, empanadas. Tried some empanadas yesterday. It was actually a lot of stuff to do in one day. We did a lot of stuff. We also played a game called Tejo, which is, to me, is kind of like a Colombian version of cornhole. If anyone in the United States is familiar with cornhole. This is totally different. I think actually way cooler. There's actually like a board of clay, and there's like a little circle of little pieces of paper with gunpowder in them, and you take this, like, I guess it's like a little metal ball looking thing, and everybody kind of tosses towards the gunpowder, and you get a certain amount of points based on based on how many you hit or the way that you hit it. So we played that, and we weren't very good at it, but it was fun to do anyways. We also had a really great experience at a coffee shop yesterday. We learned about how the coffee works in Colombia, in the sense that a lot of the really good coffee beans are usually exported out of the country and sold like to tourists and stuff like that. And then there's like this leftover kind of mixed with like kind of poor quality beans and like overly roasted that usually Colombians drink. But in this particular coffee shop, it was they had a direct relationship with some of the farmers, so we were able to kind of sample and see those differences, and we got to try some of the really good coffee from Colombia. I think it was called caca, and we tried it in a non-traditional way, but in a really good way, with a French press. And it was very specific with like how much time we used and like how much time we let the water sit in there, like what temperature you have to boil it at, because we're at a high altitude. It was really a really cool experience. Andrea was an absolutely amazing person, and in fact we actually did a little kind of like an interview with her last night on a rooftop, which I will post on my day 4 vlog. Really inspiring on how art and music and culture in general, like food, any sort of way that people express themselves has really transformed negative aspects of society into positive aspects of society. You can tell that when you walk through the streets, and everybody has their food culture, they have their street art, and everyone's just kind of expressing themselves in the way they want to. There's a lot of history and still a lot of things going on in Colombia, and really so far I'm just super impressed. I think it's a really cool cool environment here.